More than 200 A380 planes touch down at Changi Airport every month. That's more than 28 planes every day. The Airbus A380 is the largest passenger airliner in the world. It is 73 meters long with an 80-meter wingspan and can hold more than 550 passengers. The French-made aircraft hawked headlines when it was delivered to its first customer, Singapore Airlines, in October 2007. Meanwhile, Changi Airport had to undergo massive modifications, from widening its runways to building bigger washrooms for it to become A380 ready. Work started in 2005, and 2 years and $68 million later, Changi Airport was ready to receive the first A380 in the world.
The A380 wingspan is 80 meters, so the outboard engines are much further away from the runway center line when the aircraft is aligned on the center of the runway. So we need to widen the paved areas along the sides of the runway so that when the engine blasts off, it doesn't cause erosion to the grass, to the turf area alongside the runway, which could create loose objects that could be sucked into the engine and pose a safety issue.
The parking bays at which A380s are docked are specially modified, and in total, there are 19 such bays at Changi Airport, and alongside its aerobridges, allow more than 500 passengers to exit the aircraft quickly.
This embarkation process is only about 15 to 20 minutes.
How do you disembark 500 over passengers in like 15 minutes?
Well, the three arms help. That's why we invested in a third arm that connects directly to the upper deck so that the 199 passengers on the upper deck can disembark from the aircraft very quickly. And then two arms will then serve the main deck where another about 200 over passengers are seated. We need to design the aero bridge to connect to the upper deck of the A380 at a gradient that is very gentle and very conducive for users. So it is a challenge to design it, given that our building height is already fixed. So we had to work with the aero bridge manufacturers. And also the A380 fuselage is of a slightly different shape from other aircraft types. So we need to make sure that when the aero bridge is docked onto the aircraft body, it doesn't create any gap that could allow rainwater to seep in when passengers enter the aircraft door.
It wasn't just the infrastructure on the airfield that needed modification. Fixtures like toilets, holding areas, and even baggage collection belts had to be upgraded.
Premises such as the washrooms, the queuing areas are all expanded, and even the gate rooms are expanded to cater to this aircraft type. Okay, with more passengers to handle, that means we need to have spaces that are bigger, to handle the passengers with the same level of service. So in the terminal building, we have to expand some of the facilities to handle more passengers and a larger number of bags that they carry. For example, in the arrival baggage claim hall, we lengthened the belts that for presenting arrival bags to passengers to at least 90 meters so that they can handle A380 flights. And then in the gate hold rooms where passengers wait to board the aircraft, we also expand the sizes of the gate hold rooms so that there are more seating, more spaces to hold the passengers waiting to board the A380 flights.
Each A380 flight carries more than 600 pieces of luggage. Surprisingly, it takes just 12 minutes from the plane being parked to the bags being channeled to the baggage reclaim hall. By the time passengers clear customs, their bags are waiting for them. Changi Airport was the first airport in the world to handle A380 flights and geared towards serving more airlines with A380 fleets.
We have the benefit of experience in handling such aircraft. So as a result, as airlines put on more flights with the A380, Lufthansa of course being the latest airline to put the A380 to Singapore, I think capitalizes on the experience as well. I think it's important to ensure efficient operations, smooth flow of passengers at all aspects, in particular the gate hold room when they disembark and embark from the aircraft. And I think more importantly, the safe operations, both on the ground, because even the handling of the A380 on the tarmac is actually a very specialized skill that not many airports are able to pull off.
For its heft and bulk, each A380 plane which lands at Changi Airport requires only 90 minutes to be ready for its next flight. The plane is cleaned, restocked with food, and loaded with baggage, and cabin crew board passengers, all within 1.5 hours. While efficiency is the name of the game when it comes to successful operations, safety is also of paramount importance. In our next clip, we check out how the airport's firefighting service readies itself for any emergency on the world's largest passenger jet.